Welcome. It's about 11:15. I'm just getting out here. We've been running errands this morning. Build day 20. And we survived the teens without me messing up on the day count. Finally, work today. I got this mess to deal with. And we are going to start off in the shop. That wall right there, I need to put a projection screen on. So I gotta make up a frame to hold the screen material and get it put in. We get that done, and then we've got light boxes to hang, and then after that we got all this mishkabibble stuff sitting around that we've got to get into place and do something with. And we'll probably end up making it into the mausoleum today. I don't know how far we're going to get. A lot of the mausoleum stuff is in that tub. But it's been a busy morning. One of the stops we made relates to the work over there we're going to do. We went down to Home Depot and I got wood. I've got 2x2s and the 1x2s. I got some left out in my shop, but not enough to finish what I need to do. So we went down, I picked up some extra, and I'm not going to use anywhere near all of it. But I got to get that all drug into the shop, get it put away, and then we're going to start working on the screen and getting that done so I can get it into place and we can get going out here. Breakfast of the day. Calzones, homemade, not that Pizza Hut crap. This is an all-day project. You're gonna do a yeast pizza dough. In other words, you make up the dough with yeast in it. You have to let it set, let it rise, punch it down, let it rise, punch it. You know, and do that, and then tomato paste, cheese. For me, pepperoni, black olives, mushrooms, diced onion, and a specialty cheese. I don't know his last name. I only know him by his first name, Tom. Over at one of our markets, the market that we do on Sundays, does smoked cheese. I've fallen in love with his cheddar. Thing is, the stuff is very potent, has a very, very strong flavor, so only a little bit goes a long way. You're going to put that on the calzone too, pop it in the oven, and bake it, and feast out. Coke or milk, or beer, or glass. Well, I don't know if wine would go too good with it, but a beer would, or Coke, or milk. And there's your breakfast of the day. We'll try to give you some highlights as we go through, if I remember to grab the phone and camera, and then we'll go from there. So let's get busy, folks. Okay, time for a segment. Been working in the graveyard. Working in the graveyard. Oh, the live. Yeah, I know, don't sing. But we got these done. And then we get over here and we got all the tombstones in. Got the light boxes in. The projection screen. And that. Now, that projection screen, it's 5 foot by 3 foot. Probably oversized for this display. I made a duplicate. There's a second one. It goes out in the photo op, which I haven't gotten to yet because I'm not really done with the graveyard. I still got the mausoleum to do. But I found another piece, photo op, and that's this here. It's a sign. It says, has our logo on it. It says Haunted Tents, has our Facebook address. That hangs up out in the photo op. So I've got that out here. I've got that out here. And basically got the projection screen out here. It's in the shop. I think if, and it helps if I turn the camera, but if I can get the mausoleum done, we're going to hop out and do the photo op. That's a fairly straightforward and quick display to do. If I don't get to it today, it will be the first thing that we work on tomorrow, barring having to finish the graveyard. But that crate has all sorts of stuff in it. So I'm going to get to work on that now, and we're going to work in here in the mausoleum, and it's good timing for that. We've had a good windstorm going all day. It's blowing clouds in, and we're getting periodic sprinkles. So, hey, it's better than the 96-degree heat, at least for the moment. Okay, it's about 8:40, 8:45. Excuse me, and it's time to call it quits. I am done with the gypsy, or not gypsy, but with the graveyard and the mausoleum. And it's too late to do the photo op, and it's too late to do the chain hallway. By the time I got set up and ready to go, it'd be time to quit. So I figured I'd give you a look at what we've gotten done. I will give you a better look in the morning. I have no lights over here yet. But we got all the urn boxes in here in the mausoleum. And I'm going to talk to Sue about coming out and painting some of the damaged areas in the mausoleum. And I still need to grab my radio and cords out of here and do a cleanup. The mausoleum's done. Graveyard has also changed a little bit. But it is, for the most part, ready for electrical, its lighting, and its pneumatics. It took a while. Spent pretty much all day doing this, but at least it is done. Now, whoa, I'm blinding you. Sorry about that. You're just going to have to live with it. At least now you know, just look at the light. Just follow the light. I'm going to put the camera down, get cleaned up, park the truck because Kaylee is driving me nuts. And let's see here. There we go. You can really see my silhouette now. And then we'll do the end of the day wrap up. So hold on, people. Almost have another day in the wrap. And we got a close-up of KK. Just got done moving the truck, so she's happy. And welcome to the wrap-up. I don't think we did too bad today. Graveyard is finished, ready for its wiring and lighting and pneumatics and its straw. So it's all good to go. So we're ready to move on to the next display. Now that I've got all the parts and pieces scattered around for it, photo op will be next. That's something the people see whether we're open or not. And I've got a projection screen, 2 carriage lights, a sign, a couple signs, and some mishkabibble stuff that needs to get put into that display to finish it off to the same state the graveyard is in. It will still need its wiring and foggers and a projector and all that. And that will get done later, stage 5. And we're not anywhere near ready for stage 5 yet. As far as stage 2 goes, doing the displays on the driveway are going to take a little bit longer than the ones on the grass. The ones on the grass basically have a lot of their props in there already. It's just all the tub stuff has to be done. So it should go fairly quick. With the exception of the spider. The spider doesn't have squat in it. It's set up. You know, it's got its mechs and the Iron Maiden and a couple of tubs, and that's it. Still a lot of work. So I imagine that one's probably going to take all day too. And I'll have Swan out here more on that one. With this, with doing the graveyard today, I got all the work done I wanted to do, and I just had her come out and take a look at it. You know, need to move anything, need to adjust anything, And she pointed out one or two small things. You know, one tombstone needs to be turned a little bit more this way. That one needs to be slid over a little bit more one way because you can't see what's behind it. You know that sort of thing. But other than that, there was nothing in there needed. She liked it. So it's all done. Past that, I've got, as far as tomorrow goes, we're going to be doing, starting out with photo op. That display will not take all day. Probably take a couple hours, if that. And then we're going to be getting over into the chain hallway. And there's a lot to do in there. Since I have the power station out, I am going to plug in the wall panels and turn them on. And if there's any circuits dead, I'm going to have to go through and repair those before I can start installing the chains or getting the bride and the groom put together. So that one could take a while. And it also depends on how frustrated I get too, because when I have to take plywood off and move plywood around in order to get to connections, I get frustrated real quick. So it will be interesting to see how that goes. But we're going to do a light cleanup in the shop first, then hit the photo op, and then the chain hallway. And just keep working down and around the maze until we get to Gypsy, and then it should pretty much speed up. So, past that, stay spooky, stay toxic, though. I'm heading to bed.